Well, hey gang, how are you doing? Jonathan here for Tailhunter Sportfishing, and it's time once again for the Mexican Minute, La Paz video fishing report, covering all of the fishing action for our Tailhunter Sportfishing fleet from the 25th of April until the 2nd of May, 2023. Wherever you are, hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for checking in. Thank you for spending time with us, and please do us a big favor. Don't forget to give us a like, a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. Well, guess what? I'm finally back in La Paz after 4 months of being on the road, back here at home, on the beach, on the water. We got fishermen coming in. The season is finally starting. So let's give you an update on what's going on down here. Now, you're looking at me, and I've got a t-shirt on with cut-off sleeves, and I look like, I'm headed for the beach. Actually, let me tell you, the big story here, the winds are still here. Now, there's a caveat to that. These aren't the northern winds that you heard me talking about all winter long that blew us off the water. These are Coronwell winds. These come from the south, so they're not necessarily keeping us off the water. They're actually a little on the warm side. So, in the morning, though, it's not warm. I got to tell you, it is really, really cold. If you're coming down the next couple weeks, it's probably going to warm up, but I'll tell you, you're crazy if you don't bring down a sweatshirt or a light jacket or something. It's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. In the mornings, I'll tell you what, I went out the first, couple days ago, put some boats out on the water, and I have to get in the water to pull boats in up on the beach so folks can climb into it. I was freezing. I couldn't find my sweatshirt. I was out there in a pair of shorts, my flip-flops, a t-shirt. The captains are all in their slickers or they got down jackets on, and they're laughing at me because I'm freezing. And the last couple of days when I put out the boats, I found my sweatshirt, thankfully, but after I wake up about 4 o'clock, 3:30 in the morning, and I'm putting boats out till about 6 or 7 in the mornings. I am so cold that I run back to our place, I jump in and take a hot shower. That's how cold it is. Now, it warms up into the mid-80s, very, very comfortable during the daytimes, but those mornings, my gosh, it is May right now, and it is really, really cold. Everyone's talking about it, but these are southern winds. These aren't the type that are blowing us off the water during the wintertime, but it's keeping the waters a little on the cooler side. So it's not hampering the fishing, but it's not necessarily the kind of fishing that we would expect when things are getting warmer. And it will get a little warmer little by little, but just wanted to give you a heads up that if you're coming down, be a good idea. Bring I wish I had a Pendleton or a light sweatshirt or something. I'm wearing a heavy sweatshirt right now, and this could easily change tomorrow. By the time you're reading this, it could be blasting 70, 80 degrees in the morning with 80% humidity very easily. But just a little heads up that you may want to bring something down to have in the mornings. You can always take it off as it gets hotter and to be more comfortable. As far as the fishing is concerned, a lot of variety coming on. Now, our La Paz fleet, still not doing real good with the winds turning things over. The fishing is up and down and sideways. It really depends on really the day of the week. Some days the yellowtail are biting. There's some pargo inshore, some roosterfish showing up for our La Paz fishermen. But mostly it's going to be inshore stuff, a little amberjack fishing, a little yellowtail, some pargos, some cabrillas, some snapper, but really up and down. Not as good as we would like it to be. The better fishing has been with our Las Arenas fleet over at Muertos Bay. A nice variety of fish. There's a couple Dorado there. There's some snapper. There's pargo. There's palometas. There's pompano. There's jack crevalle. There's bonita. A real nice variety of fish. And on top of it, as I mentioned last week, if you're listening to our report, the pargo have shown up. These are those big pargo liso. These are the ones that we call the mullet snapper. They start to school up right about springtime, right about now. They start balling up in the shallows over the rocks, and it looks like an undulating copper red carpet of fish, and they explode on the baits. But they're not necessarily easy to catch. Easy to hook, but hard to catch. I used to tell people, look, if you hook about 5, 6, 7 of these and get one to the boat, you're really doing really, really good. That's above average because these things got big teeth, they've got sharp gills, sharp gill plates, sharp fins, and then they're over the rocks. So these aren't the kind of fish you want to tackle with light line. That's simple as that. And you've got to stop them. You've got to turn their heads. These are great sport fish. They're a lot of fun. Nothing guaranteed, but watching them hook up, watching them boil. I mean, some of these fish look like when they come out of the water with their big tails and their powerful backs, it looks like you could put a saddle on the backs of some of these fish. We did get the world record last year, a 46-pounder, and that's a tough fish. That was pulled over the rocks but most of these fish are going maybe 5 to 15 pounds. And I'll tell you what, if you've never hooked up a pargo, these are very, very difficult fish to pull into the boat. And so, like I said, the averages aren't real good, but a lot of fun. And you mix it up with some of the other fish that we're catching, like I mentioned, the pargo, the cabrillas, some sierra, a nice mix of fish. There's a lot of action to be had. So the better fishing has been with our Las Serenas fleet as of this report. Anyway, that's going to be a quick wrap-up on what's going on. As I said, we're down here. Thank you to everyone who came to see us at all of the shows the last 4 months, but things are cooking. Things are going to get better. We hope to see you real soon. I'm Jonathan for the Mexican Minute. You take care of each other. God bless. We'll catch you next week.